Well, 2015 is exciting for us and for everyone in our space on two fronts, right? So the first thing is video consumption is increasingly fragmenting and it's fragmenting into IP addressable channels. So that's exciting because the addressable audience is growing. And if you even look at that on the big screen, you know, there's now 42 million homes in the addressable footprint. There's 110 million connected screens. Add that to all the addressable video. That's an exciting prospect for the broad space of addressability. You know, within that also the volume of video that's getting transacted programmatically is growing significantly. So that's also exciting, you know, and represents a real opportunity for us. The kind of the programmatic fulfillment of all that video, which is again one of the core things our platform was built for. The challenge though is when you add all of that up, you know, on the programmatic side, it's really it's really driven by, you know, the growth of private marketplaces. A lot of other things are kind of coming into play there. But when you add all of that up, at the end of 2015, we'll still be lucky if 3% of the total video spend, of the total video universe, is transacted in a programmatic fashion, right? So it's growing massively, but it's growing off a very small base. And so I think the real challenge then for our customers, and the one that we're really trying to help them solve, is in this world of linear television plus programmatic television, how do we help you harmonize across that, and how do we help you manage for the blended world of linear, of scatter, of RTB, of programmatic and addressable? How do we help you make sense of that entire video ecosystem and extract the maximum marketing returns out of that?
So when you look at the LumaScape, you know, what's really holding back programmatic from being more than just that 3% and really getting to scale in the video world?
Well, the problem doesn't lie in the LumaScape. There's a lot of really smart people with great technology and great mathematics and good capital going at the problem. I think the real challenge lies in the world of technology and data related to the traditional side, the linear side, and it's how we harmonize that. To me, it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like relativity and quantum mechanics. You know, we've got this big world of relativity and we've got this furious world of quantum mechanics, and I don't think, you know, we're working to solve for what's the string theory that really brings those two worlds together in the context of video. So that's the real challenge that we're solving for, and I think the world of, you know, there will be a day in the future when every television in this country is IP addressable. You know, that will happen. Now the question is that 3 years, 5 years, or 10 years? I think it's going to be some time off into the future. And so then the real question for people like Videology says, well, what do we do in the meantime? Because there's no point sitting around waiting for the perfect world to emerge. How do we create more value in the imperfect world that we exist in today?
So it sounds to me like there's an education part of this too, right? Specifically on the linear television side, having to start to speak digital, or at least kind of blending the two together. So, you know, what's Videology's stance on that education, and where do you guys fit in their ecosystem to start to bring them to the addressable and programmatic market?
Well, sure. There's a lot of education required, but this is, you know, but more than that, it's really how do we stitch together those two worlds? And again, really, what Videology is doing is bringing those worlds together through our platform, right? So we don't have to wait on them to completely harmonize. We don't have to wait for NBC to decide they're going to sell Sunday Night Football in a programmatic fashion. That's probably never going to happen. So while, you know, instead of waiting for that potentially to happen, we need to, you know, what we're working on is how we can use technology, how we can use math, and how we can apply data across the entire video inventory set to drive better marketing returns.
So I'd be remiss if I didn't ask how the Mediaocean partnership fits into this, specifically on the linear side. So what does that look like for 2015 for your clients?
Well, it's a hugely important partnership, and our work is ongoing with Mediaocean. But I think there are two. I'd like to talk about two big partnerships in that context. We have a lot of partnerships, but there really are two big ones. One is the way we're integrated with Nielsen in a very specific way. So I look at that as the upstream thing. How are we moving upstream from the buy into really enabling us to plan across screen, and that comes from our respondent level, real-time server-to-server feed across all of the three essential measurement panels that Nielsen operates. So that allows us to harmonize planning for that world with the real-time bidded world or the programmatic world. And then as we look downstream deeper into the agency workflows around billing and buyer management, what's going on there with our MediaOcean partnership really enables us to bring, again, the fulfillment of those things together in a common platform, so we can start to allocate, optimize, and improve the performance of those things across channels. And so MediaOcean really helps us get deeper into the agency workflow to help our customers to do that.
So presently you guys are mostly on the buy side, but do you see yourselves also being a sell side platform to some extent?
We have a lot of relationships on the sell side and some very big customers on the sell side today. So you know, I'm not a kind of, you know, I'm not a big Lumiscape guy. The DMP, the SSP, the DMP. We have a platform. It's a single platform, and there's a lot of features and functionality within that related to how we use our data and how we use mathematics and how we use our partnerships to really add value on the buy side in terms of the way they optimize and allocate and transact media, on the sell side in terms of the way they can generate more yield from the inventory pools that they've got. And so in the simplest sense, when I kind of put the Lumiscape aside and describe to my mother-in-law what we do, it really is about the application of our platform, and it has total relevance across both sides.
So final question, one company in 2015 other than your own that you think is interesting?
One company in 2015 other than my own?
Yep.
I'm really, there's probably a cooler answer to this, but I'm super hot on MediaOcean. You know, this good old fashioned, you know, billing and buyer management system in the last few years has really, where the world is going, has such growing relevance in the context of how we can help realize a programmatic future and drive more automation through the workflow to add a lot of value to the customers. So I'm hot on MediaOcean at the moment.